Right. So we tried to get through the ice wall, but it wouldn't allow us, and it told us to investigate the doctors more, because there were more clues here. And
Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead.
so that suggests to me that there's a body nearby that we need to find. But I've been here before, and there was nothing obvious, or trails of blood anywhere. But I've got the camera. Am I supposed to? I think I've taken a picture of this, but am I supposed to take another picture? Let's just take a picture. And I've looked at all of the pictures already. Let's check the journal. Okay. The young sample of stained sheet. The young woman. Because there's a mention of there we go. There's the mention of the woman who came in. She was a Cree woman. Here, the file seems incomplete. Who's the Cree woman and what happened to her? Everything points to maybe my picture wasn't very good because it was dark. Perhaps I just had to take a better picture, but I just did. Everything points to a certain death and no death certificate. I'm not up. I see fresh. No fresh. When I see it, someone bled profusely, but less than 2 days ago. Nothing weird about that. It was at the bottom of the pit, an open grave. It's certainly not for an animal or a small person dug up recently methodically. I'm not sure what question I'd be asking. Why did someone dig them up, or why were they buried there in the first place? The blood, the disturbed burial site, the wounded victim treated at the doctor's office. All of the list leads to a deadly hunting accident. A young Cree woman in the wrong place at the wrong time. A scheme to keep it all hidden. What a mess. Okay, so perhaps it was just because my picture was bad. There's something missing here. Bloom was definitely planning something, but the dynamite and fires blew up in the great icy emptiness of Afghanistan. There are no small revolutions, I guess. Seems like the moth was Hamilton's minion. Maybe the subservient not only wanted to be free from his master's rule, but also wanted to destroy him completely, to be determined. Murder. Hamilton had committed murder. Is the mechanic to be trusted? If so, is this whole thing just a big vendetta? An open grave. I'm scrapping any animal-related hypothesis. There was human blood there. This is the moth's land, so what does he have to do with this? Who was buried here? This is getting down complicated. So we're missing a clue here, but the doctors. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, really. Where's the doctor's biography? Dr. Claude Beaupre. The doctor became somewhat of a misanthrope following his wife's death. However, he treated his patients with professionalism. In remote regions, medicine could be very personal. His patient files show how emotionally involved he was towards them. He knew my client, W. Hamilton. I can't say if he liked him personally, even for his personality or his money. Rosaire, an immortal soldier, retired to the north. Even alcohol and tobacco can't kill, as dashing as he was in his youth. In spite of that, he doesn't have all his wits about him anymore. He has his benefits. He can say anything from him, provided we bring him alcohol. He agrees to help me. Yeah, this is the last body we found in the ice cave. Okay, documents. Am I... Trader maps. We've gone through all of the stuff here. We've been through all of the files. We read all of those last time, we've looked at all of these.
Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies
Yeah,
quite
I
far
remember
from
all of
here.
this in a previous
He was
video.
surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
So perhaps it was just that I needed to take a better photograph, because the photograph in my journal is rubbish. That's the photograph, and I haven't got a very good one. Because perhaps the Cree one was buried in the pit. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have it all look around outside, but it did then just go on to say that no less than 2 days. There's nothing obvious, is there?
Great care had to be taken searching this place full of oddities. Everything was important. The decor itself told a story.
I don't just want to go wandering off into the woods, that's the thing. Looking for bodies laying around, I'm pretty sure that it won't be very helpful. What's that over there? Oh, it's another hut. I think I've been down here because... Yeah, I've definitely been down here. Yeah, I've definitely been down here. And I've been out on this pier. I think it may just have been my terrible photograph. Previous photograph. Okay, let's run back off to the ice cavern and see what we can see what happens. Alright. Oh, go down the stairs. There's my hut, my Jeep, helpfully parked for me. What way was it? Right, it's to the right, isn't it? So, as far as I can work out, we still don't really know who killed Hamilton. We do know that there's various factions. There's the English, or as the Quebec people refer to them, even though Hamilton was from Chicago. We have the old Quebeci people, Quebecois, and we have the Cree. And it seems like the Cree kind of end up on the thick end of most things. The Quebecois have a massive vendetta towards the English, personified in Hamilton. So there's plenty of people who could kill them. And at the same time we have a weird wolf spirit going around. It's iced 4 people as far as we know, and it's terrifying everybody to make them all run north. And then there's this weird landslide that we can't get by. And some people who have left their vehicle, this one just here, and we think they were but it was Alexandra, what was her name? The Belay. I think that they went this direction. No, it's not letting me go. Come on. Other things to find at the clinic. Damn it. What other things to find at the clinic? Well, back to the clinic then. What do we have to find? I'm just going to have to go through everything again at the clinic. Although I swear I've done it all before. I just had a sort of weird feeling that sometimes in these games you have to tick off various clues properly, and that my previous photograph wasn't an sort of acceptable clue-taking photograph because it was pitch black. But I've taken another one now. Right, we're just going to have to go through all of the clues in the clinic again and find something out that we missed. Perhaps I didn't read all of the patient files. Perhaps because there was quite a few patient files, I just skipped a few back and I can't remember what I did. Drive up the side here. Yes, cool. Right, come on, let's find something here. Must be something extra that we've missed. Okay. Right, we're going to go round the room from this side. See, there's a painting again of the... It looks like a bear, but it could be anything. Lots of people have got these weird figures. Right. So that's the doctor and his late wife. This is the late wife here, Isabelle Beaupre, in her urn. This door is completely locked. Radio that works.
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
The eye patch was the way to go. Okay, we don't need to attach a wire. We've already done that. We already have a magnet like that. Okay.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Yeah, I remember all of this. My nightmare. Why are you getting fat, Carl? Is that what you're saying? The doctor is apparently fascinated by history. Okay, fair enough. Earth doesn't look this big from here. Yeah, I remember all of these cheesy comments. Store it in a cool, dry place with constant temperature, they said. Yeah, this is not constant, is it? Right. Nothing extra to look at.
A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing to see at all. We've done that one just a moment ago. It must be these files.
Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities. That was a bit unsettling, but back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine.
Okay. We'll just finish off all the cupboards and we'll go through the files again. It may be that we missed something in the files. I think if we get a...
The injured could be recognized by the large stains of red, an informal nickname given to Merbromen, smudged all over their injuries.
I think if we get a new journal entry, we would have discovered something which...
The good doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness, captured on cardstock.
We just got
Carl
a new journal
recognized this woman's soulful eyes.
journal entry.
Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
So it seems as though that was our extra clue. We just got a new journal entry there. I hadn't looked at those pictures. So, did that do anything? No, right, what we need to do is Hamilton's murder. Isabel's picture being in the reckless driver's car suggests Dr. Beaupre has something to do with it all. All that's left is to figure out his exact role. According to the doctor's medical file, Hamilton, the two men seemed to get along pretty well. Were they friends? Hamilton had so few. It's never good to disclose communist ties in a small village like this, where established order is fiercely defended. Was it only intellectual curiosity on the doctor's part, or actual conviction? Gilles de Chance went to the doctor. Now I need to know if the doctor saw Gilles. I know how to lead the perfect investigation. Blackmailing Hamilton would have been beyond Gilles' capacity. Could he have bitten off more than he could chew by jumping from blackmail to murder? More likely, could Giselle have convinced her husband to kill? After all, her docile partner seemed to obey this strong-minded woman. Réjean Blohan has clear ties to the FLQ, a revolutionary for justice and freedom. Might as well say it here, it seems like a perfectly imperfect fit for the savagely capitalistic dreams of a rich Anglophone. And today, the village's rich Anglophone was killed. My client did everything's gone wrong. An envelope torn open addressed to the Secret Service, if I remember correctly. This whole thing is more intricate than it seems. It's getting rid of the murder weapon by putting it in a mailbox really the best way. That's it, the pistol I have is the murder weapon, I think. There most likely won't be any prints on it. I would have paid to see the postman's face when he found the thing, though. Another envelope addressed to Vaughan from the Secret Service has a key inside. The killer must not have known it was there, or they have taken it. I'm one step ahead of them. Investigative hypothesis. I can easily trace back the chain of events. Hamilton wants to find a very confidential denunciation letter to the send a very confidential denunciation letter to the Secret Service in Ottawa. He's planning on sending the letter inside of a locked box and to send the key separately. It's cumbersome, but he's doing what he can. But something throws him off while he's in a hurry. He locks everything and mails the key, but the box somehow ends up in his killer's hands. When he'd find death threats and the person threatened is found dead, one could say the case solves itself. Only a shame the note isn't signed. Yeah, we're missing a clue here as well. This is... Right. And lastly, we are going to go through these clues, these medical files again. I know we've been through them, but... The unknown woman, I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Law. Ah, Law. Is this the woman in the ice cave? I think it was. No, this is the woman... This is the woman who, yeah... Who got shot, and the men brought her in. Who died. She's the one who got put into the grave? Rosaire Armand. No medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosaire is still alive. Sylvie Bédard. All of her siblings point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it and wins about her husband who's not the father. William Hamilton. That's all of them. That's literally all of them. I think we... I'm pretty sure now we have compromising files. This is the one from Giselle. Yeah, okay. This is the one, that's the one from Gilles Lechance about trying to blackmail Hamilton. But once we looked at those photographs, we did get an extra journal entry. Let us hope that that is the extra clue that we were looking for. Because if not, this entire thing has been a complete waste of time. I really don't know what to do.
Carl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
Now that seems like we have come to a conclusion about the doctor. We still don't know if the doctor's involved in the murder, but it looks like we might have ticked the doctor's house off, and that we might be able to get through the wall. So I guess Hamilton was trying to alert the authorities about the communists in the area. Is that what his letter to the Secret Service was all about? Because we didn't actually see the letter, we just saw the envelope. And the letter was missing. And if it was the doctor... Come on. Oh yes. We are through. And because the doctor, we think, was in the car at the very beginning of the game that nearly ran us off the road, I assume that it was the doctor trying to escape. And he'd probably stolen the letter. This is coming a little bit clearer. Is that a fair theory to be working on? Oh, hello.
Another diary. Carl felt like someone was trying to communicate with him. Or was it simply the result of happenstance?
Right, what do we have here? We have another bolt in...
This hunt was never ending. Carl hoped that the hunter had finally triumphed over the beast.
Right. So, who the hell is hunting? That's the question.
A fire is as good as the materials used to create it.
No, don't tell me I haven't got any wood. Don't do this to me. Have I put wood in here? Yes, I have. Look. Oh, okay. I might need to deposit something. Let's deposit. I don't really use the lantern. I've got a torch. Let's put the pincers in there. Is that okay for the moment? To be honest, I'm not smoking the cigarettes. I'm like, yes, nice. Let's get that fire on for a start. Lovely. Okay, let's, before we This is a freezing place to camp, and you need to put the tent a bit closer to your fire. Okay, we have more ice. We're gonna take a, yeah, it looks like we're taking a picture. Right, let's get a nice view of the earth around it so we can see which way the footprints are going. Right, they're clumping off in both, yeah. I've not really worked out which direction the footprints are, but I think it's probably this way. It's definitely a kind of cloven hoof animal. It's very interesting. Right, so we'll keep that. And now let's read this diary. Mysterious Journal B. The beast has outwitted me. It is aware that I know all of its weaknesses. It is aware of my strength. It is the predator become prey. Through some unknown force, it was able to create a wall made of ice between north and south. The beast did not want to be disturbed. I found a way. It is my destiny to stop it. It is progressing fast, not stopping even for a moment. What is the beast feeding on? Hate, cold, fear? The elders spoke of the Wendigo. They said it would never return. No warrior, they said, could want to invoke it. The elders were wrong. The Wendigo comes from the Great Spirit. It appears full of hate, with a great thirst for vengeance. The beast I'm tracking seems to be blinded by hate, frustrated. My bolt missed it. It screamed. I thought I could hear his voice behind the bellowing of the beast. The warrior's voice. Was it really the beast running from me, or the man made a prisoner inside? It's tracking two unfortunate white people, already doomed. It smelled them. It's moving slowly, methodically. I will not reach them in time. So this person sounds like they might be Cree, because they talk of the Great Spirit as though they believe in these things. So we haven't met this person, I don't think. And he talks about white people here. It's following two unfortunate white people who perhaps might be the blade from their car running. Page 2. Perhaps its thirst for vengeance will never be satisfied. Perhaps the beast is unable to reach its intended victim. What if it started to head south? What if it started terrorizing white cities? They would turn to us with planes and bombs. They would decimate our people. White people think only they are allowed to strike. The beast must be stopped. Right. So it's definitely a Cree dude that's trying to hunt down, but he says the warrior might be trapped inside the beast. Whoever the warrior is that the Wendigo? Is that the beast's name, or is that an old ancient warrior? I can't remember from the stories in Rosette's house. Okay, we're gonna save this video at this point. Save the game at this point. Save the video, end the video, and I'll see you in the next one.